What's a fairy tale?
Yeah.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh, yeah.
You have no idea what I'm still talking about. What's up, y'all? Show Master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, they're finally announcing a new Fable game. A game that you haven't seen me play because the last time I played this, I swear to God, it was before we got married like 15 years ago.
What?
This thing has been around for a long time. This was probably the catalyst for me to go, my life is sad. All I do is just play games at home and wank off. I need a wife. And then that's when he got married right after that. Sweet love, baby.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. It still has very fun memories, though, right? Because the game is a very you would really like it. It's
it's familiar. I think I've seen.
You know what? I actually might have played this when we first got married because it's such a colorful world. It's more cartoony. It's called Fable, so it has more of a fairy tale type of setting. I always felt like this series, more than any other series, and I don't know if that's where they're going to take it or not, but if they aren't, they're missing out. Every new version of the game needs to be this sort of retelling of all the different fairy tales that we know from yesteryear, right? Humpty Dumpty, Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, but retell it in a way where you're playing the stories, and every time it resets. It's almost like a parent reading to a child, right? And you read the story, but every time it's like, Dad, read me a bedtime story. You say, oh, I got another one. And then you tell it in a different way type of thing, right? That would be cool. But like I said, I don't know what this new one is about, if it's even set in the same world, because they could do a full reboot here.
And what do you think makes it that long for them to release a new
baby.
one?
If by the time I finished telling this story, we would already got divorced from now. But let's put it this way. It's just, it was mired in so many problems. Like the studio that made this originally was acquired by Microsoft, and then I think there was something in development for a while, and it never got launched, and then they shut down that studio, and then Microsoft ran into a lot of problems with this whole studio. Finally, it's here, and it needs more love. Let's put it this way. It's one of the more unique gaming franchises out there, so hopefully they just won't forget about it. I don't want it to be Assassin's Creed either. Like I'm saying, don't iterate on it to death.
Yes.
So, all right, let's check this out, man. I'm real curious to see where they take this. By the way, if you want to hear some wicked wild stories, you got to check out my channel.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show on my OnlyFans.
Oh, better than a fairy tale.
Oh, we're finally doing this, are we? Because I was going to make a sandwich. Okay.
Let's go. Monty
Let's do
Python's judge.
What do I think about heroes? Well, we've all seen them, haven't we? Swanning about the place with their disproportionately high cheekbones and comically massive weapons.
Banker.
Roughing up bandits, because they like to rough up bandits, don't they? Living it up with the common folk every single night. On a day-to-day basis, I'd say the true hero's me, someone who's breaking new ground with fruit, with veg, on the agricultural side
What
of things.
the heck is this all about?
Not wafting around mythical creatures. And that's what they are.
Poor chicken.
Wafters.
Yeah, well done.
You see, I'm not here to slay legendary beasts. I'm here to conquer the vegetable, not a euphemism. Let's face it, the age of heroes is over. This is the age of innovation. This, if you will, is the age of death. One moment.
Wait a minute, he's a giant.
This is awkward.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Oh.
Oh.
Well, that was a clever bit of storytelling. Although at first I'm like, who the fuck is Dave and why do I care? Like, why is he narrating?
So is he a villain?
I guess he's a giant, and maybe that means that in this game you will face off against giants. Because that had that whole action sequence there where you're trying to run away from him and he's trying to swat you down. But man, if they have a game like that where it's that big, you're running around, that little fidelity, that's pretty cool. So that's the story from, what's a fairy tale?
Beanstalk.
Okay,
Fable.
you didn't grow up in the U.S., so maybe you don't know all this shit.
Yeah.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh, yeah.
You have no idea what I'm still talking about. Or Jill and the Beanstalk, because she's a woman.
That's kind of familiar.
Jack and Jill, you know that?
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch something. So that's the Fable.
So maybe they are. Oh my God, this could be a dream come true scenario if they really, like every grand, I must say every quest, but like the general idea is like, or help Rapunzel, or like take down the giant and Jack and the Beanstalk.
That sounds fun. That's fun.
That would be fun, actually. That looked good. I mean, it's just a trailer, not the game at all. Which means it's not coming till
you still don't know if it's going to be that good.
You know what? I have faith that Microsoft will. Actually, you know what? I don't know. Microsoft could be hit or miss. I mean, they did, after all, let Redfall still launch. So